Hey guys, it's Lucas D. So I wanted to just share a video with you of my new build I've been working on in the hardcore league. I've just tried to get a build where I could just rush a character up to level 66, and I'm at that stage now where I'm just about to do the bosses in Act 4 Merciless. So I'm up to Kaom's Stronghold, and I'm about to do him now as boss. Now this area is level 69, I'm level 66, but I found this build to be pretty strong. I've got 4,561 hit points at the moment, and I'm a two-handed build, and it's basically the blood magic build that I've been just doing. I've just been rushing it really. Just there's some things I'm going to just refund. I might be refunding a few passives around here and there at the moment, but I've just been working around with what I had so far, and I found this to be working quite well. So I start off in the Marauder side here, and I just work my way down here, and I came across here. I'm going to pick up. I picked up these two-handed nodes, and I came around here, picked up these nodes, and then Resolute Technique, and it's just been good so far, like getting the damage nodes here. Endurance Charges works well with this build as well, and I'll show you in a minute why. Blood magic is the most important thing you want to get for this build. Just buffs up your hit points heaps. With Cyclone we're using as our main ability, so mana is not a problem anymore for using Cyclone. So nice and quick, very easy to build up this build when you want to do it. You've got hit point nodes everywhere in this build, so your points is always going to be nice and high, and more two-handed damage DPS nodes here and two-handed nodes here. And I've just gone to this stage now where we're at the Art of the Gladiator and the Master of the Arena, so we've got the more melee weapon range and that. And I'm going to be working with armor, so I'm going to be trying to build up my armor as much as I can, because endurance charges works well with armor and so forth. And at the moment it's pretty good. So I'll just show you my linked gems, what I've got. I've got Molten Shell linked with Cast on Melee Kill, Enduring Cry, and Vengeance. So Vengeance, when I get hit, it will trigger the Molten Shell, and I'll get Molten Shell every now and then just so I can get that extra armor. I have it linked with Cast on Melee Kill, so I can constantly level up Molten Shell to max level, so I can constantly get that buff on there. Also, another Cast on Damage Taken I've got here. Now this has been working really well for me. Cast on Damage Taken, increased duration, Warlord's Mark, so, and increased area of effect. So when I take just a little bit of damage, it's the lowest level, I'm going to cast Warlord's Mark, and it's just going to give me that 2% life leech. It's also going to give me endurance charges when I kill the enemies, and this skill will last a long time on them, 59% longer, because I've got the increased duration and increased area effect, which actually makes the area effect very large, which is pretty good. It works quite well with the cast on damage taken there. There's another cast on damage taken down here. This is so I can generate Blood Rage. So Blood Rage gets generated. It's a bit higher level, this one, so at the moment I'm sitting on level 52. I'll probably raise it a little bit more later on, and I'm going to have that with Blood Rage, increased duration, and also Immortal Core. Immortal Core is just when I'm constantly getting endurance charges, so I'm constantly building up endurance charges with this build, and Mortal Core just kicks in, just gives me that immunity to physical damage for quite a bit, for at least 5-6 seconds, which is pretty good. And also we've got in here Vengeance, endurance charge on melee stun, and just leap slam in there as well at the moment. So when I leap slam, I can also get those endurance charges on melee stun, and also when I do Vengeance, if I get hit, just that extra endurance charge generation that you want here. The main ability that I'm using at the moment is Cyclone with Fortify, melee physical damage, and added fire damage, which working pretty good as well. Now I'll just get straight into it. The Enduring Cry, which I mentioned before, Enduring Cry is with is just casted just so I can generate the endurance charges as well, because you need endurance charges with this build. You're not going to have any shields, so you need to rely heavily on armor. So at the moment currently at 4,400 armor, and I try and get that buffed up as much as I possibly can, try and get as many hit points, life nodes, life as much as I can as well. and we'll just work with that. I haven't done this mini boss yet. It's the first time doing it. There's going to be a lot of fire damage with this boss as well, so we'll see how we go. I'm pretty tanky. Got a lot of hit points, but I don't know how I'm going to go on Merciless difficulty, so I'm only level 66, but we'll see how we go anyway, because I've been quite happy so far with the build. Let's see how we go, and hopefully I won't have to cast too many portals in this challenge, so let's get onto it. I'll cast a portal here just in case. See, as you can see, the Warlord's mark comes up, which is pretty good. And as Warlord's mark, constantly leeching life, you know, which is what I need. So what we'll do is we'll just keep attacking him. Okay, there's a lot of mobs now, but we should be okay. We should be able to finish him off now. Okay, so he's down. So that's the build there. That's the first mini boss we've done. Wasn't too bad. I think the damage was getting me down to here. So it was hitting me pretty hard still, but as you can see, the blood rage is still on and I'm not losing any life. It's pretty solid build, pretty solid defenses, and that is the first mini boss will do. I'll also do Daresso with this boss, so with this build, and I'll just show you Daresso and Merciless difficulty, how we go with this build also. Okay guys? Hey guys, so I'm up to the Grand Arena stage, not up to Daresso yet, but I'll just show you just a quick demonstration of how the build works. So when we go into the arena, so we've got all these mobs over here, and we just cast Enduring Cry up, so we get all the endurance charges up, and as you can see, Warlord's Mark just kicks in every now and then, and we just keep casting the endurance charges. We've got the Immortal Core has just come up then, and then just endurance charges go back up again, so we're full of endurance charges again, and that's basically how the build works. So we cast endurance charges, just make sure we keep our endurance charges up. When we do take that big hit, so if we do get a big hit, Immortal Core will kick in, so it just gives us that physical immunity. It won't always kick in all the time unless we get a really big hit, because our cast and damage taken is a little bit higher than we want it to be, so we won't always be casting Immortal Core and losing our endurance charges. Okay, so there we go, so Warlord's Mark has kicked in again, so we've got that life leech and that, so it's working pretty well. Okay, so now we'll move on to Daresso, and we'll just take out these bosses over here, or the mini bosses. Okay.
I cannot carry this.
Okay, so endurance charges kicked in again. As you can see, you can look at my health on the left hand side there. It's not really moving too badly. Damage is good enough at the moment. Remember, this is a 69 zone. I'm only level 66 at the moment, so the zone's 3 levels ahead of me.
I cannot carry this.
I can't carry any more stuff. Okay, so try and get to Daresso as quick as I can for you guys. Okay, this is where the 3 mini bosses are here. I don't want that flame blast going on me. Okay. Alright, so I guess we'll do Daresso now and see how we go.
A battle worthy of song. The way you fight reminds me of how it feels to be possessed with the idea of victory. Is your passion enough to claim a crown?
Okay. A bit more nervous this time because Daresso does hit hard. I'm not sure. I haven't tested it with this build yet, but we'll give it a try. Okay, so this is Daresso on Merciless difficulty.
I cannot do this.
Okay, so he should come over here. Wait for him to come around. Come on. Oh, you got to make sure you don't get caught in those attacks. Come on, give me some endurance charges.
You're no sovereign.
As you can see Warlord's Mark's always up on the boss fights, which is pretty good. Get out of this area where all the swords are.
You're no sovereign.
Jeez. He's going to hit pretty hard towards the end.
Just bloody die.
Okay, there we go. So Daresso's down, level 69
They love
hardcore,
to sing about themselves.
and I'm only level 66. So
Cannot carry this.
build's working quite well, and that's my two-handed blood magic build, Cyclone build that I've been working on at the moment. I just thought I'll share it with you guys because this build's been working very well for me, and yeah, you guys can use this build if you like. It's viable in softcore and hardcore difficulties, and yeah, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. See you later.